I'm back. This video is long overdue, and this is about the fight against aplastic anemia, as I posted in my previous video. Baby, Daddy can't hold you right now because Daddy's talking on the camera. I have 4 children. That is one strong reason why I have to fight aplastic anemia. No matter how. I have to fight and I'm going to win. Aplastic anemia is not an easy thing. But here's the picture. Aplastic anemia doesn't kill. What kills is the infection. So if you have aplastic anemia, you want to make sure that you stay very clean, that your hands are, everything is neat and clean. I tell you why. You see, I had to grow my beard simply because I was shaving all the time, and as a result of shaving, I started, being a black guy, I have ingrown hair when I shave. So the ingrown hair, sometimes you have to use the tweezers to get them out. And by doing that, I didn't realize that I was getting an influx of bacteria in my system. So I had a couple of infections through there, and those infections sent me to the hospital twice, by the way. So the doctor resulted in telling me to grow my beard. It doesn't bother me much. All I gotta do is keep it clean. It's very important to control the sweat and all that, because when you sweat, you release a lot of you pretty much detoxing. When you sweat, a lot of toxin, you release a lot of toxin, and those toxins usually, if you leave them on the skin, they can very well turn into another infection because they carry the bacteria that are on the skin already, and if you have an opening, they get in, and there goes another infection. The problem with aplastic anemia is infection. Infection is what kills. Now I'll tell you why it took me so long to post this this current video. I've had the infection from the ingrown hair twice, and I was hospitalized for that. As crazy as it is, because my aplastic anemia case is very, very complex comparing to many. My white blood count is close to none. Close to none. So every time I have an infection, it's the hospital. There's nothing I can do about it. Now, after that, I had another infection inside my body. I had 3 abscesses on my liver, 2 small ones that my body actually controlled and were able to some kind of way shrink, and a big one that they had to go in and drain it themselves and test it to determine the right antibiotic for me. At that point, I don't have a choice but to take that antibiotic. When you have an infection, you have to take the antibiotic. You cannot say no to it. I'm so much against antibiotic, but in this case, you don't have a choice. Please don't say no to antibiotics when you have an infection. It's very important. Now, I had another abscess in my colon, and that one, my body has been able to contain it too. The hospital is not able to explain how that happened, but when I was hospitalized for pretty much what happened, let me reorganize my thoughts. In fact, my body, after the ingrown hair infection, I was doing well, but then later on my body started growing a fever. And I know when your body has a fever, it's pretty much telling you that there's something going on. I went to the hospital the first time. They couldn't quite determine what was responsible for the fever. Then I went to then I made another, they sent me home. Then my fever spiked 105. So I had to rush to the emergency. And this time, after a CAT scan, they determined that they found all those abscesses I have inside of me. So Now, after draining the biggest abscess on my liver, they were able to give me the appropriate antibiotic that I'm still taking, and that is allowing me to fight, actually to contain the fever, and I haven't had a fever ever since. It feels great. Though the antibiotic makes you weak sometime, that's something manageable if you take your grain and your carrot juice. You should take your carrot juice on a regular basis. Now, I am scheduled to determine the size of those abscesses, so I don't know how they look like right now. But when I was in the hospital, the doctors were expecting me to die anytime. So at this point, they don't understand how I'm standing. I can talk, and how I can look strong, pretty much with a puncture abscess in the column. I don't understand it either, but all I know is I drink a lot of fluid. As you can see, I lost a lot of weight in 2 months because of that. Because of those abscesses in my stomach, they caused me to lose a lot of weight. In pretty much 2 months, I went from 215 pounds, and today I used to weigh 215 pounds the whole time, the whole year pretty much, and ever since I started getting hospitalized, now I weigh 185 pounds. This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, I don't mind losing the fat, but I don't want to look like, I don't want to be a steak eater. So I managed to eat. I eat. Not. I don't eat harsh food that are hard to digest. I eat a lot of soup, and the only starch that I allow my body to, that my body agrees with, I should say, is potato. So I eat a lot of soup with potato. Lots of soup is pretty much my meal at lunch and at dinner time. In the morning, I eat a lot of fruit, lots of fruit, and of course, I get my juicing in the morning, at noon, and in evening. When you're weak, it's not easy to do it yourself. So if you can get help, get as much help as you can. But in the meantime, the best way to fight these things is to remain positive. I hope my English is clear enough for people to understand what I'm talking about. But the best way to fight this condition is to remain positive. That's if you want to leave. But if you're not interested in life and you feel like the struggle is too harsh, then I don't know what to say. But what I can say, my fight has been with a positive mind. That's all I have to say. That's all I have for you today. See you next time.